Gampang maju.
Malu. Hi, I'm Dany. I'm Dany.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Dany. Astagfirullah. Hi, I'm Dany. I'm Dany. Dany. Ini Hana. Lupa mulu lainnya.
Hi, I'm Sarah, but the Nick calls me Hannah. Today we will share stories on our
Child.
stay on anxious but cute girlfriend simulator. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah and this is my partner Dany.
Hey guys.
And today we will share stories on a small project that we work on, Stay, a cute but anxious girlfriend simulator. Stay, an anxious but cute girlfriend simulator is a game where you play as a girl with anxiety who lives alone with her cat and has to go through a lockdown and work from home. You have to keep her healthy mentally and physically for 14 days. Daddy and I made the game together. Also, we've been in relationship for a little over 4 years. We met at this mobile game studio we work at in 2014, and in 2016 we started dating. And please don't ask me why the title is so long. It was Danny's idea.
At first, we made this for a COVID-19 team game jam on HIO, but we missed the deadline. Then another game jam emerged with a similar theme, so we continued the project.
And since we first met at game studio and we both love making games, I think we have this dream of making games together. We had never really had the chance before to work on a project together, so yeah, it was a great opportunity.
Hannah is a great gamer and artist. She really knows what she wants to tell to people, and I'm just putting it up together in Unity.
Though honestly, Danny initiated the idea. I pretty much just expanded his fake and sudden elevator pitch. I think because I have experience in marketing and publishing games from my current job, so I knew right away which type of player we're targeting, what type of gameplay that fits, and the vibe for the game, etc.
Just a real life situation, really, and my actual concern for her. To be honest, this is just my way of reminding her to take care of herself better, especially in this pandemic situation. I want to support her to stay healthy physically and mentally.
Yeah, it was hard when the pandemic happened. We had to be separated for 6 months. It's probably nothing for couples who've been through a long distance relationship, but due to my mental health, I find it hard when I'm alone. And he always comes whenever I call him and ask him to stay with me until I feel better. Danny was inspired by my old room that I rented before the pandemic. I lived alone in this small room with my cat Kunyit. Basically, he couldn't stop thinking what I was doing, how was I feeling, what was I doing in my room when I didn't text him. I think that's how he came up with stay. Of course, we worked on the project for only 2 weeks, but it felt so long.
Yeah, we have a lot of misunderstandings, but in the end, when we talk about it again, it turned out we actually meant the same thing. It really amused me how we use the same language but still have misunderstandings.
And though I work at an indie game studio, I've never really been an actual game artist before. Like lots of misunderstanding happens because I don't get the term that he's using, or he doesn't get my normie's way of explaining. I can't really give an example, but basically, just like what Dany said, let's say there's this one feature I want in the game. I said, oh, I want her to get happier when she eats, but it makes her lazy. And he said, no, instead, I will change the stats. It will go down by this number when this certain activity is done. Actually, we are talking the exact same thing, but from a different perspective. I guess we need a project manager in the future who can help us translate each other words. I think that's what caused the misunderstanding basically.
I think it's a good opportunity for us to know each other more and grow together. But it can also be a double-edged sword with the misunderstandings. But it teaches me how to understand her better and to be more patient.
Yes, and this is probably a bit personal, but Danny and I, we both have different beliefs. Um, yeah, I'm a Christian and he's a Muslim. And when you live in Indonesia, especially in a pretty conservative family, this kind of relationship is probably like choosing a super hard mode in a game. With me having anxiety, especially, I'm always worried about what will happen to us tomorrow. Will we still be together tomorrow? Or if we make games together and turns out we're not meant to be together, how will it be? But I do hope we can stay together for a long time. Being in a relationship with someone with different beliefs, basically, it will be hard for you to get married here. Uh, one, low chance for the family to give you blessings. Two, Indonesian law doesn't actually say an interfaith marriage is against the rules, but it also doesn't say that it's allowed. Since the state doesn't dictate the terms of a marriage, it falls on the shoulders of the religious leaders themselves. So while some religious leaders are open to interfaith marriage, plenty of others are not. And our our religions also discourage interfaith marriage. And people say, then just go live together, no need to get married. No, can't do. Here in Indonesia, an unmarried man and an unmarried woman living together is taboo. It's possible, depends on the neighborhood you're living in. But yeah, that's how complicated our situation is. It has nothing to do with the game though, it's just like my personal story.
Personally, I don't really feel any change, but it really makes me realize how she knows what she's doing. She really knows the target market, she knows what people will see in the game. She is a good community manager.
The game teaches me how to communicate with Danny better, and I realize he's not the best at communicating his feelings. I found out later as well that he was trying to deliver a message for me through the game. Or maybe I'm just that slow. I don't know. Also, the game gives me validation that we can make something together. We had lots of differences, especially in the game genre that we played. I don't think Danny likes the wholesome genre, and I will definitely never play Dota. But somehow we manage. We even work on another small project after that. This is another game jam that we joined after we made stay. The theme was food. It's pretty simple actually. We both love Indomie, this instant noodle from Indonesia. Even today, he came to my place and asked me to cook one for him. So yeah, I thought, hey, why don't we just make games about that? Like simple something we can do in today's and we won't have to argue about stats or anything. The game is Indonesian, but you can play the game without reading the text. It's available on itch.io. Please give it a try. You can finish the game in just 1 minute or even less. A real quick game indeed.
Releasing a game is a real achievement, you know. The satisfaction when you create something and show it to others, it felt good. I learned from a lot of tutorials and read a lot of technical tutorials. But in the end, those are just tools. The creativity behind the game is really what matters.
Pretty much the same with me. Years of being community manager, I've done marketing for lots of games I didn't actually develop. I mean, I'm truly happy for all the games that I was part of to be released and doing well, but the happiness and excitement is truly different when it's your own game that you made yourself. So it's a whole new experience for me. Ah, right. We didn't see it coming. But somehow we got coverage and exposure from several medias when we released it on HIO. It was on Virtual Southeast Asia Warp Door. It's pretty surprising.
For me, this is crazy. The tweet about Stay is still getting likes even until now. I know it's not that viral, but seeing those numbers, oh my, I just can't believe it. My personal goal is achieved.
Yeah, I didn't really expect that too. We did it for fun, and to be honest, the other participants made a really great games as well. But I'm glad that the game is getting some exposure, though it's not something big. But for us who just started, it is really big.
For you out there who makes a game, please continue and please make it until it playable and put it somewhere and release it because it it really helps you. It helps you grow. It helps you see what missing. It helps you see what's you can do better.
Yes, I second that actually. Especially when you haven't released any games before, releasing a demo could help you get feedback and validation. Okay, from me, as I mentioned before, we're choosing a hard mode relationship. It probably seems like nothing when you live in a liberal country such as America or Canada. Here, it's not that simple. It's it's been hard for me and Dany, like for this past 4 years. So I hope that one day Indonesia can be more open about this issue and let their people choose really who they want to be with. Uh, so yeah, I hope in the future if there's any couple out there facing the same problem as we do, especially Indonesia, they don't have to go through this hardship that uh, Danny and I are facing. Making games together itself is not easy already. So yeah, I'm hoping for a better and brighter future for Indonesia and its people.
Okay, thank you everyone. We hope you enjoy what we shared today. And yeah, we hope what we shared could inspire all the couples out there who are making games together. If you have any questions or if you want to share your experience with us, you can find me on Twitter at Sarah Hannah and you can find Dany on Twitter at Dany Larch. I think that's all.
That's all, folks.
Okay, stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.